So I'm at the plot and it's actually 9 AM, but I've come over today because it's going to be an absolute scorcher of a day. And I want to try and get that digging out of the way because we've got literally about 2 weeks of rain after today. Now, do I want to be doing this? Absolutely not. But I figured if I come over very early, do it before it gets peak temperatures. I mean, it's already 33 degrees in the polytunnel at 9 AM today. So I've opened the back of the tunnel up and the sides. So, and I also got like a fan and all in here to try and keep it cool because I want to be coming in and out here as well. And I got a few jobs to do, but today I want to get the digging done and then we can do all the fun stuff. So let's go. So before I go and do that horrible job, I just thought I'd give you an update. The leeks now are starting to come up really well. I've potted on the beetroot. I've separated them out now into about 2s and 3s. And look, some things are coming up. I've potted on Romanesco, so these are all spears. The Walla Walla onions, they're doing okay. The red onions didn't do very well, but I bought some from the garden centre. But I can start seeing straw flowers coming up, zinnias, and some cosmos. So I'm happy now that the flowers are starting to come through, and it looks like the Marianne Swede is coming through as well. But yeah, everything is starting to look really nice in here now, and it's starting to look just like last year, a garden centre. So you eagle-eyed people have probably noticed that I've actually got my harvest system in place, and the video is going to be coming up for that very soon. I'm just still changing a few things and modifying because I've actually got some automatic sprayers added in and whatnot, but the video for that's coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that. Alright, let's go do the digging.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found.
I am absolutely drenched. So I've managed to do a good good little chunk of it, but I'm getting there. I'm now, I can see the finish line, but it's tough work. So as you can see, I've put like a bit of a tarp up on some bamboo canes just to give me a little bit of shade, and I'm moving it around. There's so much bindweed. I mean, this is another sack here full of bindweed, and it just keeps coming out. I mean, they're so chunky as well. And then we've also got like the raspberry canes over there, and then on top of it we've got creeping buttercut, and I've now just seen nettles here as well. So yeah, we've got, the only thing we haven't got here is mare's tail. So yeah, it's the plot from hell. And this is what happens when plots are neglected or they're left for so long, and you could understand why so many people took on this plot and just grew at the front of the plot and left all this. Now my concern is I didn't dig over the first part of the plot because I tarped it over and I killed all the grass that was under there and put pumpkins there last year. But I've got a sneaky feeling that maybe in the autumn I might have to dig the other half of this plot. But there was no signs of bindweed and whatnot down there. But we shall see. But for now I'm carrying on, but it's an absolute scorcher of a day. But I've had the radio on and I've got myself a little solar fan and some cold drinks, so it's not so bad. It's just horrible work. Horrible work. This is why I love no dig, but sometimes you've got to dig before you no dig. Look at me, I'm like a beetroot, but progress has definitely been made today. I have been under some shade as well, but tomorrow I should be a nice brown colour, but for today progress has been made. So if you can see now, I've managed to go all the way to here. Now I've got probably another 6 foot to go, but I've got enough to put another 2 beds in. Now I always wondered why I bought this Wolf Garden tiller, because I'm no dig, and I've always looked at it and laughed and thought, what really made you buy this, because you are no dig, you know? But today I'm going to till this over, and then hopefully we can put the bark pass down, and then I can mulch on top then with compost on another day.
Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh. So slow, hold you in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight.
So the sun is setting now, but I'm really pleased with this. I mean, I put the hoops in so we kind of have an idea, but I'm gonna have another bark path going down here, and then that bit then can be dug out afterwards. But I'm pleased with this. I mean, I've got another 2 3 foot by 14 foot beds ready for spring. Who said gardening was relaxing, or who said YouTubing was easy? Bloody well isn't, I tell you. But on a serious note, you know, it'll be worth it in the end. It really will. A hot bath is definitely due for tonight. It'll be worth it. So it is going to rain for the next 2 weeks now, I think. So we'll see. The weather changes anyway. But we'll be back tomorrow to continue with this project. And if not here, then I got plenty to do in the polytunnel or the sheds. But we're getting there, you know. Definitely, you know, I feel like we're right at the, you know, close to the finish line, ready for spring. Good morning. So it's 10 AM. It's 2 days later since I had that horrible task of digging over that plot in the sun with a bit of shade, but the tan was all right after it, so I'm happy with that. But it's been raining, it's grey, we've got another 2 weeks now like was forecast, and yeah, but things in the polytunnel are starting to grow now. A lot of the seedlings have coming up through the soil. I'll show you what's happened outside. There's a nice bit of rain, so everything's settled a bit, so let's have a catch up. So we've got quite a few things now coming up, which I'm absolutely pleased about. The straw flowers are coming up on the one side. Oh, we've got some coming here as well. The zinnias, I'm so glad that these ones are coming up. The zinnia green envy, now they look like a nice neon green zinnia, so they'll be fantastic. We've got swirls, zinnia, peppermint, and as you can see, I've got quite a selection of zinnias this year. So I've got swirls, envy, peppermint stick, white zinnias, candy stripe, and scabiosa. So yes, bit of a difference from last year, but I'm going to be doing quite a lot of different colours on the fig and olive plot this year. We've also got the calendula coming up, which I'm happy about. The marigolds, African marigolds. Now weirdly, I sown them all at the same time. These two have germinated. This one haven't yet. The French marigolds, no sign of French marigolds yet. These are the bunny tail grass. Now I like this. Cheryl, one of the plot holders, she grew it last year and it was really nice, so I want to put some of that into one of the flower beds. Cosmos doesn't come up here, the sensation mix. Dandy striped marigolds, there's some life coming there a little bit. These are the wild rocket. I've potted up now the greyhound cabbage, the Romanesco, an extra greyhound cabbage for Johnny. These are the best of all Swede. Helen the Swede hasn't come up yet because obviously I did the video on Wednesday. And if you haven't seen that video requested by the viewers of how to sow and grow swede, I've already put that video up. It was out on Wednesday, so go and have a look at that. Honestly, I tried to pack that full of as much information as I can about swedes. So fingers crossed you all grow swedes as good as I do this year, because it's just one of those things I find easier, but I was shocked how many viewers struggled to grow, you know, swedes. So fingers crossed that helped. The beetroot mix, there's one coming up there. All of these now, I mean, look at these cabbages here, they're just looking absolutely fantastic. I mean, I could probably plant them out, but because they're in quite decent sized pots, I'm going to let them grow probably double that size. The Savoy cabbage as well, they're looking grand. Yes, we have got some cosmos coming up here, and also the gypsophilias coming up as well, but no nicotiana yet. And yeah, we've got a few cos lettuce, nothing else is coming up here, but you know, there's still time. On the other side of the staging, we've obviously got all the red baron, we've got all the shallots. I mean, look at these, they're looking absolutely lush and green. They're ready to be planted out now, to be honest. I'm sure the roots are underneath. Yeah, they're underneath now. They're telling me that they're ready to be planted out. We've got the Stuttgarten, onions, more banana shallots, red sun shallots, Elsa Craig an exhibition which I sowed from seed. These are the Zabroon shallots. Now they weren't looking the best, I've got to be honest, but they've picked up. I've had a bit of water, and with that nice weather, they've really now started to, you know, firm up. A few of them have got 2 leaves now, so yes, they're looking grand. I actually bought some red baron because obviously I had a poor germination twice on mine. I think it was because it was old seed, so I bought some just so I've got some red onions. So I will pop them on today into a cell tray like this. These are the Centurion onions, the alliums. I was hoping to plant these out by now, but they're doing all right. I mean, they've had a good water, and yes, they'll be out definitely soon. This was my gypsophilia which I bought last year, and it put a lovely display on the plot, but I dug it out because I had a bit of a jig over on the fig and olive plot, and it's in here now, and he's coming back to life, so hopefully I'll plant that out soon. The red hot pokers, now I sowed quite a few in here, which I was disappointed about because only 2 came up, but 2 is better than nothing. I planted up 2 of the herbs as well. Now I bought these from B&M Bargains. I think they were 4 for £10. And I walked past the fig and olive plot the other day, and it's on the side of the fruit cage, and the herb garden looked awful. You know, it had a good battering over autumn and winter, so I gave it a good tidy. I then put the sleepers back in, hammered in some metal pins as well, just some old rods from an old polytunnel or something, just to keep that back off the path, because it kept falling into the path and I didn't want people to fall and hurt themselves. I then planted everything back up. The mint had split through the pot. I'm not even joking you. This is what I'm saying about mint. Be careful. Do not plant it directly in the ground. It'll be the worst thing you'll ever do. It managed to split the pot, and all the roots were all literally purging out of the sides and underneath, and it would have spread all over that herb garden. So luckily I took it up right at the right time, put it now in a nice new pot with a couple of little holes at the bottom. I mean, you've got to be careful with mint. I've got a metal planter over there off Gem in the Garden, so I am thinking about planting the mint into that. It was an old water tank that Vince had actually salvaged, and she brought it up when she visited. So I might put it in there, but at the moment it's in a nice plastic container in the herb garden. So it's all looking nice now. I've mulched it over, give it a good weed, planted up a few more herbs in there, and yeah, we're ticking those jobs off. And last week I actually went and visited Martin, another fellow gardening YouTuber over at Hanley Plotter 8 and 9B. Now if you haven't seen Martin's channel, go over and have a look. Honestly, he is absolutely fantastic. I watch him every week. He's got like a nice little cabin. It's a shed, but it's a lovely little cabin, it really is. Nice log fire in there. He reads some anecdotes. He's got a nice flag that he pulls up and down, you know, ex-military man. And I tell you, honestly, it's a fantastic channel. So go over, give him a subscribe, tell him I sent you over, and yeah, just give him a bit of support. But honestly, it's one of my favourite channels. It was really nice to meet Martin. He even allowed me to raise the flag, and we had a couple of cups of coffee. We put the world to right, and I had a nice look around his garden, and I really loved his pond. You know, he's got this nice feature picture on the pond as well, where like, there's like a warning sign and the ring. I just really liked it. It was really comical, and it really showed Martin's humour. And yeah, and then the weird thing is, as I bought some bluebells and some snowdrops, and they arrived on the Saturday, went to see Martin on the Sunday, and then he said to me I could take some of the bluebells home as well. And he also gave me some thornless blackberries as well, which I want to put in like an archway or something, maybe on the fig and olive plot, because that's where most of the fruit is. But it was really nice to meet another YouTuber and just, you know, share some hints and tips. And yeah, it's just, I do love having a little nose around an allotment. So if you've got an allotment, you know, near South Wales, let me know in the comments or send me an email, and perhaps I could pop around in the spring and summer, because I do like a natter, and if you've got cake as well, I mean, I'll be there. So it's a bit of a difference, isn't it? Now, as you can see, the rain now has really settled it. I have raked through this, but I want to rake through it again because it's still a bit lumpy in parts. But by here I started, but the heat was too much. But I managed to string out the beds so that I knew exactly the size that they're going to be. They will be built similar to this one here. This one needs to be strengthened a little bit. I put the hoops down as well, so I kind of know these beds will be too long, so I will have 4 hoops on these. And yes, we've gained another 2 beds. I mean, what a difference this is now, considering when I first took this on last year. I mean, the brambles went all the way to here, and you couldn't see the shed. It was absolutely engulfed in, you know, brambles and raspberry canes and bindweed, and it was horrific. But I've dug through this 3 times now, 3 times. I mean, I'm sure you still get bits of bindweed coming up for a bit, and maybe the odd cane, but I cannot do any more to this than I have. Honestly, it was backbreaking. I mean, it was almost 24 hours altogether, I counted, where I dug through this area. Now, it doesn't probably look that big, but it is actually quite a decent sized area. We've still got this area at the back here now. It's probably, you know, a little small area really. I want to have a good tidy up, but the rain is forecast for the next 2 weeks, so I'm going to be doing quite a bit of indoor jobs if it does start raining. I don't know whether or not the rain is going to hold off, but if it does, I do want to take these 2 out today and put them over on the fig and olive plot. We shall see, you know, it will be done maybe in between showers in the next couple of days. And I also had a disaster in here. I dropped the peas, so the peas all started germinating. I brought it down, placed it on here, and I stupidly balanced it over 2 plant pots. Went out to get a watering can of water, and it dropped, and it went everywhere. As you can see, this compost here, but they all managed to germinate. So I put them back in there, put some compost on top. Hopefully that'll be okay. We shall see in the next couple of days. If not, I'll have to re-sow it. But I've also sown some dwarf French beans in here, and the lettuces are starting to perk up a little bit now, but this is looking really, really nice here now. It's all, you know, it's all buffing up. And obviously the brassicas at the back here. We've got some broccoli there, which I could probably harvest. And yeah, they're looking fantastic. The cabbages are doing really well. I'm really, really pleased with it. So I bought this stackable planter system, and they all interlock into each other. Now I think they're designed so if you buy quite a lot of them, you can build a whole wall of planters and put ferns and whatnot in. Would I buy these again? I don't know, because these, just for 4 of these, were £30. I think they've gone down to about £25 now, but I bought it because I was thinking it would be a little bit bigger than this, but it isn't. So I'm thinking I'm going to use some spare pea clips that were left when the polytunnel were built, and I'm going to fit one over in the corner, fit this up, because when the irrigation system, that video is coming up very soon, I want to run a line here, because these are designed, they've actually got holes at the bottom, and you can put all your plants in and they drip through into each other so that you don't waste so much water. So I'm hoping to put a drip line in here and fit this up there, but I'm going to have to use one of these, put some 2x2 down and fit it to the side of the polytunnel. Now that's great space saving, because what would I have done with that arc on the side of the polytunnel there? Probably nothing. So I've got this, and I want to plant in some strawberry plants in here, probably 2 in each. Now, I bought a pile of strawberry plants, even though I've got piles of baskets going around the sides, some in the green stalk, but I also want to put some in here. These are going to be the Cambridge favourite, and I'll find home for the rest of them as well. But let's get this up, and yeah, hopefully it'll give me some early strawberries in the polytunnel. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I put strawberries in baskets for a few years now, and you get them about a month earlier. So if you've got some spare plants out in the garden, and around about now you should be thinning out the plants, pop them in some buckets inside your polytunnel or in your greenhouse or in your conservatory, and they should go away a little bit faster and you'll get them that little bit earlier. So it's worth giving it a go. So I will show you the harvest system once I've finished modifying it as much as I want to, but as you can see, this will now automatically water down to here, and then it filters down all to the strawberry. So I have put 2 in each. I was going to do the Cambridge favourite in here, but I put an early variety in called hanley, and I've got Cambridge favourite, hanley and Pegasus. So I've got 3 varieties, earlies, mids and late strawberries, so it means you get a staggered harvest all the way through. So if you are thinking about starting strawberries this year, maybe look at some packs where you've got like an early, mid and a late. That also applies for like asparagus as well. I've got early, mids and lates as well, so you don't get them all at the same time. So I put the early ones in here, and I mean I've got plenty now going around, but another job done. So I've had a little think about it, and I probably will put some straw or some cocoa coir or maybe some, you know, well ground up bark on top of these planters, just to keep the moisture in there, because I don't want it drying out very quickly. That's also a reason why I've only put 2 plants in each. I mean, you don't want to overcrowd them and then you'll have smaller crops. So I think 2 plants in these will be plenty. So, you know, 8, I've got 8 there, so hopefully we'll get a nice little crop off them. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way, don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love. All that we have is each other now. Promise you won't leave my side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love, love. Tell me what you wanna do, I'll do anything. As long as I can be here with you, everything's alright. I'll Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love.